Let's talk about the North American Arms Pug 22 mag. For starters, I wanted one of these things since I was a teenager. Never bothered to get one. Finally pulled the trigger on it a while back. It is a 5-shot, single action, 22 mag. Loaded, it weighs about 7.5 ounces, and I believe the barrel's around 1 inch. Not a long distance shooter by any stretch of the word, but you know, for 5 to 10 feet, it is pretty handy. But don't get it twisted that because it's small and cute, it doesn't have a bite to it, because it's a snappy little gun, and it is very loud too, you know, for what you think it's going to be. You don't have a lot of room to hold on to this thing. And yeah, she's got some pop to it. It's fun to shoot, fairly inexpensive. I think I paid $2.99 for this thing. And from a self-defense standpoint, obviously nobody's gonna say 22 is a good option, but if I had to choose between this and a 22 LR, like the Ruger LCP 22, LCP2 22, or any 22 long rifle semi-auto, I'm probably going to choose this, because in my experience anyway, the Magnum 22s are more reliable than the long rifle. And if you did have a failure, all you have to do is cock and pull the trigger again, versus trying to clear a jam, possibly eject your magazine, whatever in that aspect. I don't live in a state that I can carry this legally, or I absolutely would. Like I said, 7.5 ounces loaded is very small, obviously, very light. I have a little leather holster for it here, in the belt clip. This thing barely sticks under your belt, and you forget it's even there. I would take this over a sharp stick or a pocket knife any day of the week. From a safety standpoint, it's not the greatest gun. I wouldn't recommend somebody who's not familiar with firearms to get one necessarily, because you're working with your hands in front of the barrel here, and the way that the safety functions is a little wonky. The way you take it apart is this little piece pulls down, you can twist it out, and then it's kind of weird in that you gotta pull this back just ever so slightly so that this will rock out. And then, you know, obviously assemble in reverse order. But again, you know, when you're doing this with live rounds in it, it's a little unnerving if you're not comfortable with it. And then on top of that, to set it in safety, it's got these notches in between. God damn it, I just brain farted, because I've seen people, I know it's the cylinder, there was another word I was looking for. Anyway, I'm not redoing this. You've got these little notches here, so you essentially pull it back a little bit to where you can twist it, and then you set it back down. And again, it's a funky little process to set that hammer inside that notch. And when you're successful, you'll see, fuck, what is the goddamn word? The fucking bullet holes. You'll see them on either side of the frame there. Hopefully that's in the picture. And so at this point, it's safe. You could hit the hammer, it's not gonna fire. And then at that point, you just cock it. It's kind of like it only has to travel half the distance to cock, but yeah, I really screwed the pooch on that one. What is the fucking word of that? I'm not awake yet, I guess. So anyway, I would I would carry this all the time if I could. It is small enough and insignificant enough that you can keep it anywhere for the most part, happily. Chamber? Anyway, yeah, not my best work, but it's not, you know, super accurate. It out of the box, my sight was off a little bit. One of them was kind of out of alignment, so I just stuck it in a vise and kind of hammered it over a little bit to get it squared up. It's accurate enough to I would say, you know, feel safe with. I could shoot you in the face from 10 feet away, and that's ultimately what it's about. But yeah, I think like I said, it was like $300, 7.5 ounces loaded, 5-shot, single action, neat little novelty gun, if nothing else. The fucking chamber, dude.